Saving gas as you make your way around Metro Detroit is really important these days as we're seeing a pretty big jump at the pump. AAA Michigan says the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded is up 16 cents in just the last week as severe weather impacted refineries down along the Gulf Coast near Texas. Here was some advice on how to save a little gas and make your dollar go farther. Is Matt Kostrava, a certified service technician from Bowman Chevrolet in Clarkston. Matt, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
All right, so what are some of the easy things that we can do to sort of make our dollar go farther and get maybe a little more out of that gallon of gas?
Yeah, first things we want to check is make sure our tire pressures are properly inflated and that our tires are actually in decent condition, because they're our rolling force on the road that's going to make the most economic impact that you're going to see.
How big of an impact would improperly inflated tires make?
Quite a big impact, in fact, because it takes more energy to roll something that's not properly inflated. So you're putting more energy into something trying to keep it going, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It takes a little more effort to push, for instance, a soft ball as opposed to a properly inflated ball, which actually has a little more momentum, a little less friction.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing, too, is, people don't think about it, but aftermarket equipment, people have ski carriers, roof racks. You have a load of stuff in your trunk. If you want to carry extra stuff in your vehicle, it totally hampers the aerodynamics of the vehicle. And the extra weight, you're using more energy to haul it around. So it's just simple things to do, too.
All right, so we can certainly maybe take a look in our trunk and see what we don't need. What about maintenance? We all think of maintenance as keeping our cars lasting longer, but maintenance can actually help it run better while we have it.
Absolutely. One big factor is like an air filter. It helps a car breathe. It's no different than using a mask. Everyone's using masks nowadays, and we don't use our masks 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times if we don't have to. And that car needs to breathe just like we do. So an air filter is a good thing. You're getting a good tune-up, making sure the car's in running proper order. We have more carbon buildup nowadays. So even decarbonating an engine is another thing that can make the car run a lot better. So.
All right. And you know something, a lot of people, especially on these cold days like we had last week, it was down below zero. Lots of folks, even on a morning like this one, might want to let their cars warm up. Is that a good idea? And do cars need that these days?
Everybody wants to hop in a warm vehicle, but when we're looking at fuel economy, we have to burn energy to make energy. So anytime that we're letting a car run and warm up, we're burning fuel. So if you're worried about fuel economy, generally a rule of thumb is about 30 seconds, time it takes to put a seatbelt on, allow oil pressure to build up, and then you can take off. But to sit there and let a car run for half hour, 45 minutes, just so it warms up, we're burning that fuel. It takes energy to make energy.
All right, so people think that they might be damaging their car by not letting it warm up. The cars these days don't even need that.
Well, no, they generally just need to be able to obtain, oil pressure. And once that's obtained, then we're good to go. The cars, they've been building them for a while now, and they've got things ironed right out to make them the most efficient that they can be. So.
Absolutely. Well, you're at Bowman Chevrolet in Clarkston. So obviously, if folks have a Chevy vehicle and they're looking for a little love, maybe a tune-up for their car to stretch that dollar a little further, they can give you guys a call.
Absolutely. And that goes for any brand, any manufacturer too. But anybody wants to reach out to us, we're here in Clarkston at Bowman Chevrolet, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
All right. You can find them online at bowmanchevy.com. Matt Kostrava, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.